Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am just gonna jump right in because I have a lot to say, I feel, and a lot to work through. And I feel like you all are kind of my sounding board and also the place that I turn to when I am struggling to really work through my tarot issues, because I don't hold a lot of space for myself, and I don't see it as a priority unless it's doing something, which is a problem and I should be working on, and I will work through that. But for now, I have a tarot problem and I am going to try and work through it on camera right now with you all today. So let's talk about it. Let me get into it. I don't know what's going on. No, I do. I have an aversion to the fives. Every time I see one of the fives of the minor arcana come up in a reading or just shoot out from my deck, I cringe. Like, I just don't like to see them. I don't like the messages I feel like I'm getting from them. It's just not what I want to see. And I don't want it to be that way. I want the fives I don't want to have this like horrible reaction when I see the fives in a reading, because it's a message and it's clearly important if the cards are coming up. Did I miss one? I did. Where's my last five? Oh, we need Earth. I know what Earth looks like. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to read through a couple tarot books and try to gain some new insight and new meanings for what the fives could be. Also, I pulled out the Hierophant because I wonder if I can draw some connections that will make it better. Honestly, I don't know about this one. We'll set this to the side. But I pulled out a couple of my books. I also have the tarot playbook because I think maybe doing an activity from one of the fives will help me to connect better with them. So I'm not sure I said anything that I wanted to, but to kind of sum it up, whenever I see a five come up in my readings lately, I just don't know how to interpret it other than complete and utter chaos and change. And I have come to accept the Tower showing up so frequently and what that means for me, but I don't know why I have this hold and block when it comes to the fives. And they should be less intimidating, less upsetting than the Tower. So why am I feeling a stronger reaction when I get the fives than when I get the Tower in my readings? So that's what we're trying to figure out today. I want to read through, I have 3 books. I have the Herb Crafter's Tarot Guidebook, I have the Elemental Power Tarot Guidebook, and I have the Untold Tarot, the Lost Art of Reading Ancient Tarots, because this one's about Marseille and it's kind of numerological. And these are going to be what I flip through and read through to try and gain a better understanding of the fives. And then we'll play with one of them at the end to hopefully grow from this experience. So I'm going to set these aside and we'll start with the Herb Crafter's Tarot Guidebook because that's what this deck is. This is the Herb Crafter's. So it kind of makes sense. The nice thing about this book is it has a summary of the fives in general, and then it goes into what each five means. So I think what I'm going to do right now is read through just this And then if I am not feeling like that was enough after going through the rest of the guidebooks, I will come back and read all of the 4 write-ups for each of the 5s. So the 5s in general are threat, conflict, adversity. The 5 cards feature plants that are listed as threatened or endangered in the United Plant Savers, with the United Plant Savers, an organization whose mission is to protect the native medicinal plants of North America. The plants of the fives have been affected by climate change, overharvesting, deforestation, development, and disease. They require specific conditions for growth and are difficult to cultivate. They are among some of the most potent healing plants. Their loss would be devastating. They are among some of the most potent healing plants. I think that's something I need to keep in mind. That what happens in the 5s and when working with the 5s is healing energy and will take me to another level and heal from any issues. I don't know. But I like that sentence. That really called out to me. The challenge the herb crafter faces in the second mini-drama comes from the larger world beyond herself. She has created sanctuary with the 4s in her own garden, but sees the threats from the outside world to these beloved botanicals. The herbs of the 5 specifically confront humanity's relationship with nature. The herb crafter becomes aware of how the choices of the dominant culture influence the ecosystem. She will be charged with standing up for what is right. The 5 spark action that leads to community and conservation. I really like that last sentence too, that the 5 spark action. So it's not the tower type situation where everything is happening to me. The 5s are calling me to act, and it's an invitation to do something, to change my situation. It's not that the change is happening to me and I have no control over it. I'm being asked to make the conscious choice and effort to change. I really like that. So already we've got 2 really big things for me. That 5s can be healing energy, and it's an invitation to act and to change. It's not these changes are happening around you. It's, do you want to change? Here's how you can. It's giving the roadmap to changing. I really, really like this. So I'm going to just use the Hierophant as a bookmark over there. So I started reading the excerpts from the Elemental Power Tarot for the 5s. And after reading the write-up for the 5s in general in the Herb Crafter's Tarot, it doesn't feel like these are really resonating with me right now. So I'm keeping the Herb Crafter's Tarot, and I will not be reading more from this right now. I do want to see what the Untold Tarot has to say, just to see if I might be reading it in a different way or something like that. So let's go to this really quick. Okay, pip number associations, that's what we're looking for. 5. Capability, interaction, uncoordinated discord, strife, illness. Our heads, arms, and legs make 5, as well as the 5 fingers and toes on each hand and foot. What can be thought, wrought, or reached by human endeavor is encompassed by 5. Oh, I like that. Our capability to grasp a thing brings us skill, but our lack of coordination can lead to discord or illness. When humans clash, their conflict can also flare. Fives give us adapting, changing, dichotomy, crisis, challenge, abrasiveness, and divisive struggles. I like the adapting, changing part, and I also like the association of the fives with kind of our whole being. And it's that potential, that whole potential, because it's all of us that we can grasp and all of that. Okay, then there's the cartomantic pips part of this, and I might read that too. Actually, it says that the cards are connected to the Pope and the Devil. I don't believe that. I read it as the cards are connected to the Hierophant, which is the Pope, and Temperance, because Temperance is 14 and 1 plus 4 equals 5, and that's how I see it. Where is my Temperance? Of course, it's one of the last cards. So looking at it like that, where the fives are bringing balance to situations, and they come after the four, so there was maybe too much stability, and it's time to take that action. These are active cards. And I think that's what I wasn't seeing before, is that all I was thinking is the fives are crazy chaos and change and all negative things. But the fives are active. They are taking action, they're taking steps, they're making plans, they're doing all of this stuff to bring what they want to fruition. These might not be steps that are active in a good way, but they are active nonetheless. And sometimes taking any action is better than not doing anything at all out of fear or the worry that whatever action is not going to work out. Like, it'll be maybe worry that it's going to be the wrong action. Any action is better than no action, I think. So I don't know that I said that very well with Temperance, but it's kind of like a balancing out of the fours. So I feel like I got everything I could out of reading the books. Now I'm going to just ask Tarot, what do the fives want to tell me right now? Just to see if there's a message that I missed from reading the books. Wow, of course, as I'm shuffling, the Tower pops out. All right, we'll do 2 more shuffles and then I will cut the deck. And we'll do 5 cards because it's fives and see what the fives want to tell me. What do the fives want me to know, want to tell me right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is some big energy. We've got 3 major arcanas. And it looks like, okay, so I'm reading these 2 cards kind of in the same vein and together. But I think this is telling me, the fives are telling me that if I work through the shadow that I feel when it comes to the fives, that I will come to this awakening. It's so interesting that I have the 4 here because I think this time it's saying I will reach that comfortable feelings and that emotional stability when it comes to reading the fives if I put the work in, address this shadow, and let myself grow and learn from reading with the fives and from allowing my understanding of them to change. So we've got that growth, and maybe it'll be more stable. I'll be better understanding of the fives. I really like this. I feel pretty good about all of this. I actually feel so much better about the fives now. Oh, I forgot the Hierophant. We left that one out. That's all right. But I feel so much better about reading the fives now that I have a couple of different ways to think about them. So not only are they that chaos and change, but they're an invitation to take action and do it myself. Take it into my own hands and really claim what it is. Did you guys hear her? She's so cute. The fives can also be healing once that action is taken, I feel. So I learned a lot. I feel like the Herb Crafter's Tarot Guidebook is always constantly bringing me new insights and wisdom when I need it most. Whenever I turn to this deck, or whenever I turn to this guidebook, I gain something so vital, so important. This guidebook mixed with this deck is always so powerful for me. And I feel like this is the only book I really have to turn to when I'm struggling, for the most part. Sometimes that's not true, and I do like my Margaret Peterson Tarot guidebook, but that's more for when I'm feeling feelings and I just need some message. And that's more for connecting to spirit. This is more for connecting to my deck and connecting to the overall tarot in general. But that's all I have for right now. I feel so much better now that I worked through this. Thank you all for sitting with me doing this, because I don't know that I would have come to this conclusion or had these revelations if I was just kind of sitting by myself doing it. I think having the camera out and having kind of a structured idea for it has really helped me to work through the issues. So I appreciate you all for being with me, and I hope that maybe you learned something, maybe you gained a new insight for your fives, and I will see you all in the next one.